This is Land of Havilah, Ecclesiastes 9. As we did in the last chapter, we'll read it straight through, then your narrator will reword the entire thing, then give a couple of very short comments. Verse 1. For all this I laid to my heart, even to explore all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God, whether it's love or hatred, man doesn't know it. All is before them. All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good, to the clean, to the unclean, to him who sacrifices and to him who doesn't sacrifice. As is the good, so is the sinner, he who takes an oath as he who fears an oath. There is an evil in all that's done under the sun, that there is one event to all. Yes, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead. For to him who's joined with all the living there's hope, for a living dog's better than a dead lion. For the living know that they'll die, but the dead don't know anything, neither do they have any more a reward, for their memory is forgotten. Also their love, their hatred, and their envy has perished long ago, neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that's done under the sun. Go your way, eat your bread with joy, and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already accepted your works. Let your garments be always white, and don't let your head lack oil. Live joyfully with the wife whom you love all the days of your life of vanity, which he's given you under the sun, all your days of vanity, for that's your portion in life and in your labor in which you labor under the sun. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might, for there's no work, nor plan, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in Sheol where you're going. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all. For man also doesn't know his time, as the fish that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, even so are the sons of men snared in an evil time when it falls suddenly on them. I've also seen wisdom under the sun in this way, and it seemed great to me. There was a little city and a few men within it, and a great king came against it, besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now a poor wise man was found in it, and he by his wisdom delivered the city, yet no man remembered that same poor man. Then I said, Wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of the wise heard in quiet are better than the cry of him who rules among fools. Wisdom's better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good. Comment, here's your narrator's rewording of the chapter verse by verse, at least the flavor of it as close as your narrator can get it. Here we go. I considered at length that the future of the righteous person is in the hand of God. Therefore a man cannot predict what might happen to him. God might make his future glorious or grim. Anything might happen. In fact, anything can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter if a person's righteous or wicked, whether he's good or bad, pure or impure, whether he sacrifices to God or doesn't, or whether he dedicates himself to God or doesn't. It isn't right that there's no difference in outcome. And something related, neither is it right that a man can practice evil to the point of stark raving madness, then he dies and there are no consequences. And another thing, as long as a person is alive, he's willing to do anything it takes to avoid death. If a man sees that evil will keep him alive, he'll commit evil. He'd rather be a living dog than a dead lion. Therefore, the prospect of death, which is common to all of us, is a type of cosmic coercion. Death coerces a man to do evil so he can stay alive, and it's true across the board. And something else, since the dead don't know anything, they're not capable of receiving any type of reward. And as far as man leaving a good reputation of himself on earth, that's no motive to live a good life either, because we know we'll all be forgotten. Anything we do on earth fades into nothing, whether we love, hate, or envy. None of it matters, because it'll all fade away without leaving a trace. And the dead don't care. if it fades away or not. They don't care about anything. So there's no motive in life or death to do the right thing. So given those facts, might as well go your way, eat your bread and drink your wine with as much enjoyment as possible, because apparently God approves of anything. That's where the logic leads. There's no point to put yourself to any trouble, to be serious about anything, to mourn the dead or be downcast about anything. Just live as joyfully as you can along with your wife all the days of this meaningless life, because there's no reward or punishment in anything you do. In all toil and labor under the sun, just try to comfort yourself with as much enjoyment as you can. Also, whatever you find to keep yourself occupied, do it with all your might, because there's no activity in Sheol where you're headed. Now is your only opportunity to do anything. And in further contemplation, I saw that the race isn't to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither success to the wise, nor riches to men of understanding, nor advantage to men of skill, because the effect of time and chance overwhelms and erases any advantage a man might think he has. And a man doesn't know his time to die. We're in the same predicament as fish, which at any time can be caught in a net, and birds, which at any time can be caught in a snare. Death comes suddenly and at the most inconvenient of times, even at the worst time possible. I also came to view wisdom with the same cynicism. It was a profound revelation for me. Take, for example, a little city with a small population. It came under attack by a powerful king who besieged it and built great fortifications around it for his troops. But a poor man in that city who was wise solved the issue and brought complete resolution to it. Yet no one gave him credit. He was forgotten. The takeaway is that the wisdom of the poor man was greater than the strength of the king, therefore that wisdom is greater than strength in general. Nevertheless, the poor man got no credit. Furthermore, it's true that wise words spoken privately among the humble are better than the blaring propaganda of a king who rules over a nation of empty-headed fools. True, wisdom is better than weaponry, but then again, one sinner can erase the advantage of wisdom, so you never know if the fool or the wise man will rule the day. It's an even contest. That's the end of the chapter. Obviously, the chapter continues Solomon's theme that all is vanity, that there's no point in anything, so just do whatever. He'd like to believe there's some advantage to being upright and wise, but if there is, he can't prove it from the observable outcome of things, because after all, he sees the righteous suffering and the wicked prospering, and he sees that everyone dies and everything gets erased to the end that nothing matters. We all wind up dead, and the dead don't care about anything. And even in life, if you're wise and do a lot of good, you probably get no credit. And on the other side, there are thousands of loud-mouthed fools who somehow get all recognition and honor. Solomon's exactly correct that if there is no afterlife, nothing matters. But there is an afterlife, and that's the reason everything matters. There'll be a judgment, which is why everything matters, and reward and punishment, which is why everything matters. So we can look at this book of Ecclesiastes as a proof text that there actually is a God, an afterlife, judgment and reward and punishment, because we know instinctively that righteousness and wisdom do matter. If anything at all matters, which we know it does, that's proof right there of the existence of God, the afterlife, judgment, reward, and punishment. Ecclesiastes 10 is next.